Oh, hello. My name is Dave. Did you ever want to read a book, but you're too stupid to read? I know the feeling. But I just learned how to read. So you're in luck, because I'm going to read you a book. It's called Dune by Frank Herbert. Let me get the book here. Okay, you got it. I'm going to read a couple things said about Dune. Here's what they're saying about Dune. An astonishing science fiction phenomenon. The Washington Post. Herbert's creation of the universe, with its intricate development and analysis of ecology, religion, politics, and philosophy, remain one of the supreme and seminal achievements in science fiction. The Louisville Post. That sounds pretty good. It's a lot better than Shakespeare or Twilight. So I'm going to read it for you. So, okay, Book 1, Dune. That's the name of the book. Okay, 1 second here. Let me just... I'm going to pop open one of these beers. Oh. A beginning is the time for taking the most delicate care that the balances are correct. This every sister of the Bene Gesserit knows. To begin your study of the life of a Muad'Dib, then take care of that you first place him in his time. Born in the 57th year of the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, and to take the most special care that you locate Muad'Dib in his place, the planet Arrakis. Do not be deceived by the fact that he was born on Caladan and lived his first 15 years there. Arrakis, the planet known as Dune, is forever his place. And that was from Manual of Muad'Dib by the Princess Erlin. In the week before the departure to Arrakis, when all the final scurrying about had reached a nearly unbearable frenzy, an old crone came to visit the mother of the boy Paul. It was a warm night at Castle Caladan, and the ancient pile of stones that had served the Atreides family as home for 26 generations bore that cool sweat feeling is required before a change in the weather. The old woman was let in by the side door down the vaulted passage by Paul's room, and she was allowed a moment to peer at him where he lay in his bed. By the half-light of a suspensor lamp, dimmed and hanging near the floor, the awakened boy could see a bulky female shape at his door, standing one step ahead of his mother. The old woman was a witch shadow, hair like matted spider webs, hooded around darkness of features, eyes like glittering jewels. Is he not small for his age, Jessica? The old woman asked. Her voice wheezed and twanged like an untuned balisette. Paul's mother had answered in her soft contralto. The Atreides are known to start late getting their growth, your reverence. So I have heard, wheezed the old woman. Yet he's already 15. Yes, your reverence. He's awake and listening to us, said the old woman. Sly little rascal, she chuckled. But royalty has need of slyness, and if he's really the Kwisatz Haderach, well... Within the shadows of his bed, Paul held his eyes open to mere slits, two bird-bright ovals. The eyes of the old woman seemed to expand and glow as they stared into his. Sleep well, you sly little rascals, said the old woman. Tomorrow you'll need all your faculties to meet my Gomjabbar. And she was gone, pushing his mother out, closing the door with a solid thump. Paul lay awake wondering, what's the Gomjabbar? In all the upset during the time of change, the old woman was the strangest thing he had seen. Your reverence. And the way he called his mother Jessica like a common serving wench, instead of what she was, a Bene Gesserit lady, a duke's concubine, and the mother of the ducal heir. Is Gomjabbar something of Arrakis I must know before we go there? He wondered. He mouthed her strange words. Gomjabbar, Kwisatz Haderach. There had been so many things to learn. Arrakis would be a place so different from Caladan that Paul's mind whirled with the new knowledge. Arrakis, Dune, desert planet. The Fuhrer Hawat, his father's master of assassins, had explained it. Their mortal enemies, the Harkonnens, had been on Arrakis 80 years, holding the planet in Quasafif under a Chom Company contract to mine the geriatric spice melange. Now the Harkonnens were leaving to be replaced by the House of Atreides in fief complete, an apparent victory for the Duke Leto. Yet, Hawat had said, this appearance contained the deadliest peril, for the Duke Leto was popular among the great houses of the Lannistrad. A popular man arouses the jealousy of the powerful, Watt had said. Arrakis, Dune, desert planet. Paul fell asleep to dream of an Arrakeen cavern. Silent people felt all around him, moving in the dim light of glowing globes. Of glow globes. It was solemn there, like a cathedral, as he listened to a faint sound, the drip, drip, drip of water. Even while he remained in the dream, Paul knew he would remember it upon awaking. He always remembered the dreams that were predictions. The dream faded. Paul awoke to feel himself in the warmth of his bed, thinking. This world of Castle Caladan, without play or companions of his own age, perhaps did not deserve sadness and farewell. Dr. Yua, his teacher, had hinted that the Farfralucia's class system was not rigidly guarded on Arrakis. The planet sheltered people who lived at the desert's edge without Cade or Bashar to command them. Will of the Sand People, called Fremen, worked down on no census of the Imperial Regate. Arrakis, Dune, desert planet. Paul sensed his own tensions, decided to practice one of the mind-body lessons his mother had taught him. 3 quick breaths triggered the response. He fell into the floating awareness, focusing the consciousness. Orbital dilation, avoiding the unfocused mechanism of consciousness. To be conscious by choice. Blood enriched and swift flooding the overload regions. One does not obtain food safety freedom by instinct alone. Animal consciousness does not extend beyond the given moment, nor into the idea that its victims may become extinct. The animal destroys and does not produce. Animal pleasures remain close to sensation levels and avoid the perceptual. The human requires a background grid through which to see his universe. Focused consciousness by choice, this forms your grid. Bodily integrity follows nerves, blood flow according to the deepest awareness of cell needs. All things, cells, beings are impermanent. Strive for flow permanence within. Over and over and over within Paul's floating awareness, the lesson rolled. When dawn touched Paul's windowsill with yellow light, he sensed it through closed eyelids, opened them, hearing then the renewed bustle and hurry of the castle. Seeing the familiar patterned beams of his bedroom ceiling. The hall door opened and his mother peered in, hair like shaded bronze, held with black ribbon at the crown. Her oval face, emotionless, and green eyes stared solemnly. "You're awake," she said. "Did you sleep well?" "Yes." Breathe. He studied the tallness of her, saw a hint of tension in her shoulders as she chose clothing for him in the closet racks. Another might have missed his attention, but she had trained him in the Bene Gesserit way, in the minutiae of observations. She turned, holding a semi-formal jacket for him. It carried the red Atreides Hawk Quest above the breast pocket. "Hurry and dress," she said. "Her mother is waiting." "I dreamed of her once," Paul said. "Who is she?" "She was my teacher at the Bene Gesserit school. Now she's the Emperor's truthsayer." "And Paul," she hesitated, "you must tell her about your dreams." "I will. Is she the reason we got Arrakis?" "We did not get Arrakis." Jessica flicked dust from a pair of trousers, hung them with the jacket on the dressing stand behind his bed. "Don't keep Reverend Mother waiting." Paul sat up, hugged his knees. What's the Jam Gabar? Again, the training she had given him exposed her almost invisible hesitation, a nervous betrayal he felt as fear. Jessica crossed to the window, flung wide the draperies, stared across the river orchids toward Mount Shaibi. You'll learn about the Gam Jabbar soon enough, she said. He heard the fear of her voice and wondered at it. Jessica spoke without turning. Reverend Mother is waiting in my morning room. Please hurry. And this book doesn't really have chapters, but that's the next thing is a big T. So, depending on how many hours I've read, and how many hours YouTube lets me put up, this might be the first end of the chapter thing. So, I don't know. I mean, if you like it, keep listening. Because I'll keep reading it. And maybe I'll read another book when I'm done. After, let me see here. The book is about 1/200th of the way done. So maybe in 3 years I'll read another book for you at the end when I'm done with this one. How does that sound, you fucking assholes?